guys, on to my fifth day starting out here in Singapore. If you visit Singapore, here's the trick to staying cool at times. Behind me, you can see it's like a walkway. Right? Trick is to go inside once in a while just to cool off a few minutes, or get a drink of water, or in my case, to a museum. So that'll give me time to cool off by the time I get there. I've learned so far walking outside is the best way to actually explore a country or an area, because if you take a bus or if you take a car, then you'll miss some of the things that the locals usually typically do here. For those of you that are going to be traveling to Singapore or any other major location, try to think of or pinpoint in your mind location where you feel comfortable with, that's familiar to you, that is familiar to a lot of tourists, and then to work off of that everywhere if you're going to be walking. So like for instance, right now there's Marina Bay Sand. I was just there a couple of days ago, so I know the area is not that far from Marina Bay Sand. Anywhere I go, because I've been walking this is my day 5 walking around Singapore. And if you haven't heard me say this before, I'll say it again. When I visit these places, I want to know how they truly live, because it's easier to visit a place and just be a typical tourist. But something like this is so priceless to see. So don't get me wrong. Seeing a Marina Bay was an amazing experience, and I'm definitely going to go back there. But you don't really get to understand the culture, the people, unless you actually step out of your own comfort zone and walk somewhere. When I do my future trips around the world, I plan on doing the same thing, just walking everywhere, because it's the best way to know how the locals live. I mean, it's easier to just say, well, I've been to Marina Bay Sand, so I know how the people live here. Not really, because Marina Bay Sand, to be honest with you, I had dinner there a couple of days ago, but it can be a pretty expensive place. For me, I could justify the purchase because I've been saving for this trip for a little over 2 years. If you're going somewhere where you want to splurge a little bit because maybe you work hard like me, where I work about 60 hours a week, then yeah, go ahead and splurge, but just make sure you give yourself plenty of time. Don't stress out over it. Give yourself anywhere between 6 months, a year, upwards of 2 years, and start saving. Be frugal with your money no matter where you are in the world. Just save, because that's the one thing I've learned. A lot of people think that, well, you must have all the money in the world. And I'm like, no. It's just back home, I'm really frugal. This is the Singapore National Museum. I'm about to go into it, but I just want to bring something up. So, like for me, for instance, here is how frugal I can be. My T-Mobile phone bill, I only pay for prepaid minutes because honestly, there's no reason for me to pay $80 a month. When I used to have AT&T, I used to pay $80 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Nowadays, everything is so advanced, you don't really need $80 per month to spend on unlimited data. And even then, with phone bills, they tell you that it's unlimited data, but then they cap you if you use the gigabyte storage they give you. So definitely read the fine print there. And then also food-wise, I usually buy groceries that are dry food, stuff that is going to fill me up faster, but I don't have to feel stuffed. So I don't try to eat processed food. I try to eat like healthy, like peanuts, almonds, nuts, and then like cottage cheese, maybe mixed with tuna. All this stuff, I mean, for some of you guys that sounds gross, but you don't have to go that extreme as I do. But I did it because I knew I'm going to enjoy myself in Singapore. So for me, that's why I could justify going right here. That's considered the third tower where the nose is facing. And it's on the 57th floor is where I got my dinner a couple of nights ago. General admission is in Singapore dollars is going to be $20. So US dollars, that's going to be less than $15. This definitely gives you a better idea of what the nation and the country of Singapore went through before they became who they are today. The reason I keep showing you Marina Bay is because that's one of their latest projects that they finished around 2010, so about 13 years ago. But this definitely gives me a better understanding, more of an amazement to how great of a country this really is and what they've gone through and what they became today. Here's another better view of the parliament here in Singapore. It is located right off of North Bridge Street, one of the main streets that goes through the downtown area of Singapore. Quite a beautiful building structure. Look at that little robot right there. It goes back and forth and it collects the menus. See, look, the robot's turning around. The reason I wanted to talk about this restaurant real quick is that Singapore's got a lot of really cool, unique restaurants, and this is nonetheless one of the unique ones. So here, they give you like raw vegetables and like meat, depending on what you want to get. They bring you water in a pot and a soup, depending on what you order. Like I got mushroom soup. And then they put this hot plate for you, and then you put all your raw vegetables, your meat into this big metal pot, and you wait until it boils, which it doesn't take that long, 5 minutes before it started boiling, maybe 7 at the most. You take it out one at a time, and you put this in this little bowl. You got rice that comes with it that you select. You just start eating. By the time you finish eating, it feels like an endless food coming out of that pot. And between the mushroom soup and then the vegetables and the lamb that I had as meat, it was definitely filling. If you guys get a chance, come to Singapore, definitely stop by one of these places. Really close to my hotel. I'm staying at the V Hotel on Bencoolen Street, and it's literally right there. Guys, it's day 6 starting out here. Today I'm gonna attempt to walk 3 hours. That's where the summer house is, and my hotel is approximately 8.5 miles. Alright guys, I see something really cool ahead. If you want to get to know me better, there's one thing I've always liked ever since I was a kid growing up in a Russian orphanage.